Did you know that there are 8 different Carnival cruise cabins across all 29 ships?
You sit on a throne of lies.
The cabin you choose can make or break your cruise, so you need to watch this video before you book your next Carnival cruise to find out what is the best Carnival cruise cabin for you and the one cabin that you should never book, unless you are okay having your cruise canceled at the last minute.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Cruises. My name is Ruben, and I am not a cruise expert, but I play one on TV. Cruising is my second favorite thing to do, and my favorite thing to do is share all of the cruise tips and tricks I have learned about cruising with all of you. Today, we are talking about all the cruise cabin types, cabin options, and cabin locations. Stay to the end to find out which mistake I dodged to not have my cruise canceled last minute. Cruise cabins are also called staterooms. Carnival lists 8 types of staterooms, but there are really only 4 categories of cruise ship cabins with a lot of variations within. You have interior cabins with no view, cabins with a view called ocean view cabins, balcony cabins, and suites. Before we dive into each cabin type, you should know that cruise ship cabins at sea are very different than any hotel room or Airbnb you get on land. First of all, cruise ship cabins are much smaller than even the smallest of hotel rooms.
I thought it had more space!
Carnival stateroom sizes range anywhere from 135 square feet all the way up to 861 square feet. That's crazy. Almost all cruise cabins come standard with 2 twin beds that can usually be pushed together to make a larger queen-size bed. Some cabins, but not all of them, also have fold-down bunk beds and or convertible couches. Some cabins can fit up to 5 beds in them. Pro tip, if you are a family or a group of friends trying to cram as many people as you can into a single room, you should think twice and do the math.
It's science.
Because of the way cruise pricing works, it is often the same amount of money or less for 4 people to share 2 cabins with 2 people per cabin instead of trying to jam 4 or more people into a single cabin. Okay, let's talk about the 4 types of cruise cabins. Interior cabins. Interior cabins are the economy class cabins of cruising. They have the basics for you to live, like 2 twin beds, a table, and a bathroom. These cabins are always the smallest and least expensive, cabins with a view. The second type of cabin are those with a view, often called ocean view rooms, but without outside access. These ocean view cabins are a little bigger than interior cabins and add a convertible couch. Balcony cabins. Many people love their balcony cabins with a private balcony for fresh air and even more room. These cabins have even more room than ocean view cabins and are in high demand. Suites. Finally, suites have everything a balcony cabin has and more, including more room and even an additional perk of priority check-in and debarkation. On some of the biggest and newest ships, these suites can be huge.
The Carnival Excel Presidential Suite on the Mardi Gras even has a suite that is even 1,120 square feet.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
Cruise cabin options. For each of the 4 cruise cabin types, you will also find lots of upgrades. For interior cabins, one upgrade is getting a fake view of the outside world that is basically a TV acting as a window. Some cabins are a little bit larger than others or have things like being in a corner cabin or suite. The other big option are specialty cabins. That is how Carnival comes up with their 8 cabin types. 4 of them are actually specialty cabins. You have Cloud9 Spa, Family Harbor, Havana, and Terraza cabins. The Cloud9 Spa cabin is where you get access to spa facilities, a nicer interior, and some extra amenities like bath products and a Cloud9 branded robe to wear. Note that you do not get any free spa services like a facial or massage, just access to things like the thermal spa and sauna. Pro tip, even if you have a normal cabin, you can pay extra for access to the spa. This is not listed on the Carnival website. You just need to go talk to the spa front desk to get this. Check out this tour of the Carnival Radiance Cloud9 Spa if you want to check out more. The Family Harbor cabin is similar to Cloud9 in that it has a family vibe to it and is located closer to the family area and has a few small extras. The Havana and Terraza rooms are Carnival's partial implementation of the ship within a ship concept, where there is a restricted area of the cruise ship that only people who book these cabins get access to. Which cabin are you going to get for your next cruise? Let me know in the comments below. Cruise cabin location. The location of your cruise cabin might have a bigger impact on your cruise than even the cruise cabin type, especially if you are prone to seasickness or loud noises. Carnival ships can have as many as 19 different decks. Many expert cruisers are very careful which deck they pick. The higher up the deck, the more expensive usually, because most people like being closer to the Lido deck or the outdoor deck of the ship. However, there are many benefits to booking a lower cabin. For one, bottom decks rock a lot less, and if you are prone to seasickness, you will feel the ship rocking a lot less on a bottom deck. Some of the lower decks are actually closer to a lot of other things, like the heart of the ship, the main atrium, all the entertainment, the casino, and food like the main dining room. The other aspect of location to consider is if you are in the forward part of the ship, or middle of the ship, or aft, the back of the ship. The mid part of the ship will be more stable and you will feel less motion in the ocean. When deciding which cruise cabin to book, make sure you check out the cruise ship floor plan in case you are a light sleeper and you don't want a room right by the nightclubs or right under the Lido deck, because you will hear all the chairs getting moved in the morning. This is something else that an experienced PvP will be able to help you figure out. I do want to recommend that you use a personal vacation planner or PvP. Even if you are like me and you research and figure out everything you need to do, I still book with a PvP. This isn't a sponsored message at all, but I'm sharing this because this is something that I do myself. While you do not get any special discounts or deals booking with them, there are a few tricky situations that are much easier to deal with because they can handle them. Everything from changing names last minute to answering random questions or even helping you cancel a booking, which has happened to me before. If you do not have a PvP, check out Remington Hart. His info is below and in the description. I do not get paid for recommending him. He is just someone that I use and has been great. Just tell him that I sent you and maybe they will start sponsoring me. While you are looking at the floor plan, you might find a few room shapes that are different than the typical long and skinny rectangle shape of most rooms. Check out this video where I show you how I found this interior cabin that feels more like a suite. Choosing a location is best by looking at your ship plan and deciding what you want to be closer to or farther away from. This could be things like crowds, noise, the elevators, or even smoke. You might also want to consider the food, the casino, the shops, the pool, or the Lido deck and sunshine if you want to be closer or farther away from those things. Now, if this video has been helpful, please subscribe to let the YouTube algorithm know that you want to see more videos like this and support me and this channel. Guaranteed cabin. The one cabin I never recommend for people to get is a guaranteed cabin. This is where you spend less money and let Carnival pick a stateroom for you to save a few bucks. I have heard some horror stories when Carnival will overbook and people with a guaranteed cabin get bumped and miss their entire vacation. If this video was helpful, check out this next video here.